Wouldn't it be nice if, just like in fairy tales when people got married, they lived happily ever after? It would be, but you and I have to live in the real world. In the real world, things don't always work out exactly as we planned. In the real world, when people get married, sometimes they don't live happily ever after. Sometimes, if things are really bad, mums and dads decide they might live happier ever after if they lived apart. For parents, this can be a difficult and challenging experience, but they're not the only ones affected. Spare a thought for the people who are caught in the crossfire, trapped slap bang in the middle.
You really need to stay involved in the kid's life. Even if you move away or for some reason you're separated, really stay involved. Even if it's letters, Facebook, whatever, you need to stay there so they know they're important to you. The other thing is to stop fighting and work hard to get along with each other. It's obviously a time of conflict, but the more that you can put those kids forward and focus on them and stop the hostility and conflict, the better results you're going to have for your children. You need to support each other as a co-parent. Don't badmouth the other person. Encourage the time that they have with your children, and really make sure that you don't talk bad about them. Say nice things about them or nothing at all, because the kids really absorb that negativity, and sometimes they feel like that conflict is their fault. Be honest about it. Tell them before the changes actually start to happen, and then assure them that we're going to be apart, but you're still going to have a normal routine. We still love you. And I think most of all, let them know that it's not their fault.
When two parents decide they no longer want to live together, the consequences don't just affect each other, they affect the whole family. Caught between two different sides is never a nice place to be. Those of us who live in the real world know that life isn't a fairy tale. In the real world, things don't always work out exactly as we planned them. That's because life is all about experience, ups, downs, good and bad times. And remember, just because life isn't a fairy tale, that doesn't mean we all can't live happily ever after.